If you're house hunting in Halifax right now and you feel like you're always one step behind, I need you to hear this. Because the reason you're missing homes isn't due to bad luck, it's strategy. There are properties selling in Halifax and across HRM before they ever hit Realtor.ca. There's no public listings, there's no bidding wars, there's no weekend open house. They just quietly change hands. And if you're only watching the MLS or Viewpoint or Realtor.ca, you could already be too late. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how these ghost listings work, how buyers in 2026 are finding them, and how you can position yourself ahead of the spring competition before it just ramps up even more. Right now, activity is rising, and the buyers who move early are the ones who are going to win the most and in the long run for 2026. If we haven't met yet, I'm Logan Tomczyk, your real-life realtor here in Halifax. I work with buyers and upsizers all across HRM who don't want to guess their way through the housing market. They want strategy, they want leverage, and they want to move confidently into their future home. If that sounds like you, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I post tips for home buyers and sellers every single week, and I want to help you navigate the Halifax and HRM real estate market with strategy that works best for your situation so you can get the keys to the right home that fits your lifestyle. Now, let's talk and dive right into these ghost listings. When I talk about ghost listings, I'm not focused on some sort of conspiracy theory. It's simply a property that sells before it hits the public market or the MLS. Here's why that happens. Sometimes a seller might want privacy. Sometimes they're testing the waters to see what their home actually is worth in the market. Sometimes they want to avoid constant showings or strangers just coming into their homes and disrupting their own schedules. And sometimes an agent already has a qualified buyer that's just ready to move right on in tomorrow. In a neutral market like we've been trending towards in Halifax, this becomes more and more common. We need to focus on the why here. It's because sellers don't always want to gamble on how the public market will react to their home. If they can secure a clean offer easy without stress, they will. I mean, wouldn't you if you were in that same position? And that's why, that's where buyers are getting left behind, or they're going ahead with more confidence when they're doing this type of strategy, because the buyers know what they're looking for. So let me tell you about a couple I worked with. I'll call them Alex and Jenna. They were trying to invest and buy a home with some rental opportunities, and they were looking for a detached home in Dartmouth. They had equity, they had pre-approval, they were organized, but they were frustrated. Every time something decent hit the MLS, it already had heavy showing traffic. There were multiple offers and tight timelines just creating pressure for us. One weekend, we saw a home go on the market, and in less than 48 hours, they had already accepted an offer, and we missed out just due to timing and everything. And what frustrated them most wasn't the money. Don't forget, we were pre-approved and we weren't looking at homes above their comfort level. It was feeling like they were always reacting instead of leading. So I asked them something just simple. I said, what if we stopped waiting for the MLS before we made a move? Now, they looked at me like I had three heads. Like, what are you talking about? How are we going to see places that aren't even for sale? But here's where most buyers, what they don't understand is the MLS, it's more reactive. Something goes on the market and you react to that. Where I was talking about some different type of strategy to make us proactive about getting in first. Now, the first way ghost listings happen is through agent-to-agent relationship. And I don't mean just casual small talk. I mean consistent communication with other Halifax agents or brokerages, lawyers, and even mortgage brokers. There are conversations happening every single week. And as you're watching this video, agents are having conversations in the industry, such as things like, hey, I might have a seller thinking about listing in Bedford West next month, or I've got someone renovating in Portland Hills who may test the market privately first. Or how about this one? I'm hosting an agent open house a few days before we go live on the market. Surely you'll have to stop by and check this one out. Now, when you work with someone who's plugged into that type of ecosystem, you get access to early signals and know what's happening going on in your desired market. And early signals create opportunity for you. That's what I focus on providing for my clients, especially right now as the spring demand is just increasing week over week over week. The second strategy is hyper-local awareness, driving target neighborhoods, watching renovation permits, tracking ownership length, monitoring the coming soon market intentionally, where most buyers just simply scroll through the prices and the photos. Strategic buyers track down patterns. If a homeowner has lived somewhere for 18 years and they just replaced the roof, that can be a signal that they might be looking to sell. That's not luck. That is pattern recognition. And how about this? What if someone bought a home 5 years ago? We had historic low interest rates. A lot of people bought homes in 2020 and 2022 where the rates were more than half of what they are today in some cases. These people also saw a record year over year in the value of their home. Now, you might be thinking, Logan, I know I should have bought back then, but why does this matter now? It matters because those people might be curious about what their home is worth today and what they might be able to get if they were to sell. So this brings me to my third strategy, and this one simply surprises most people, and I don't know why agents don't do this more often for their clients, but it's the direct outreach. Sometimes the right home isn't technically for sale, but when approached properly, respectfully, and professionally, some homeowners are open to the conversation, especially if it means no staging. That's how you create inventory instead of reacting to it. Back to Alex and Jenna. Instead of refreshing Realtor.ca every single morning or checking the custom home list that I provided them with, we simply just shifted our gears. I reached out through my network, and a colleague had mentioned that an investment in Dartmouth that they were planning to list on the spring had their seller interested in giving us a private showing. So we did our showing before any photos were taken. There was no open house, there were no competing buyers, there was no emotional frenzy. We made an offer that we were comfortable with, and we secured it under what similar homes had sold for publicly only a few months prior. We had the same market, just a different strategy, and that's the difference here. Now, here's why this matters even more in 2026. Buyers active in Halifax are rising again. They're checking out the market. Neutral markets don't stay neutral forever. When rates shift or confidence spikes, competition increases. And once competition increases, sellers don't entertain quiet deals quite as often. Right now, there's still flexibility because are still a lot of buyers waiting for the market to heat up. The competition is scarce right now, but that window, it narrows just day by day by day as we get closer to the spring market. So if you're planning to buy or upsize in Halifax or HRM this year, don't rely on luck. Book a quick call with me. My Google Calendar is in the link below of this video, and I'm always happy to help. we'll map out your timeline, your equity position if you're selling, and your proactive strategy so you're not reacting to the MLS like everybody else is. You can also find every way to contact me through the description of this video. Again, the information is below. Don't hesitate to reach out. A simple conversation about what you're looking for in this market is the first step to starting your home journey today. And if this video gave you a new perspective on how the Halifax market actually works, subscribe to my channel because strategy wins over confusion and uncertainty every single time. I'm Logan Tomczyk, your real life realtor, and I want to make your reality dreams happen.